Joining me now, D.C. Council Chairman Phil Mendelson. Mr. Chairman, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, during the news conference, when it was announced that the Wizards and the Capitals would be staying in the district, you said that you were relieved. Now, what was your reaction, your real reaction, when you first learned that they would be staying?
I'm not quite sure how to answer that. I was aware of discussions going on for several weeks, and so this was not a surprise. That doesn't diminish the fact that we're very, very pleased that this has been resolved to the district's favor. But while the public was surprised, I was aware.
Okay, so as the process was moving on, and it looked like it was going in the direction that they were going to stay, you know, were you feeling more optimistic? I mean, how were you feeling as the process moved along?
Well, you know, you're not the first to ask, and I think people are looking for a moment in time, and there isn't one. It was gradual. As Virginia became more difficult, the district became more attractive. And when the Virginia legislature chose not to include it in the budget, which was maybe 3 weeks ago, at that point it was clear that it became clear to Monumental that the district had more certainty when it was a better option.
Do you think that what happened in Virginia, you know, with lawmakers, do you think that really impacted or changed Ted Leonsis' mind? It was just obvious that the district was the best option?
It had to have changed his mind. He had a lot to gain with the Virginia offer. All the risk was on the Commonwealth. And I mean, what we had to offer all along was certainty, but he had rejected that last December. So the fact that the Virginia legislature was unwilling to support the governor's proposal, yes, that had to be what changed his mind.
And Mr. Chairman, there's a number out there of maybe an initial investment or an investment over several years of over $500 million. Do you think that that's a good starting point to really make this a long-term relationship beyond 25 years?
Well, it is not only the starting point, but it's the point. It's what was agreed to. It's very similar to the offer that the mayor and I put forward last December, that the mayor subsequently sent to the council in legislation that all 13 members of the council co-sponsored, and that was $500 million. It's a little bit more than what, no, that's not correct, so I'm not going to go there. That was the offer we put on the table, and we made it clear from the start last December that we were going to stand by that offer.
And Mr. Chairman, as we move forward, do you think council can do more, perhaps in other ways, again, to really strengthen this relationship beyond the contract terms or the agreement terms?
Yes, I think that's more on the executive side of the government, because the council, we do oversight, we pass legislation, we adopt a budget. So we're not the council's not the first place to start with regard to building good relationships. That would be more the executive and the administration of government. But the council has, the council's made it clear from the beginning that we value Monumental Sports being downtown, that we want to see downtown revitalize and come back from the pandemic. And what you're getting at is the importance of relationships in governing. And that includes relationships between the government and the business community. The council has, I think, had a good relationship with Monumental Sports. And we know of complaints last year aired by Ted Leonsis. But I think at this point, we've turned a corner on that.
Councilman Phil Mendelson, Council Chairman Phil Mendelson, thank you very much for joining us.
Sure. Thank you very much.